This is history story number 80, and it says, what is the single most memorable moment of your life? And there's a lot that I should choose from, I'm sure. The day I got married, when my first child was born, when my fifth child was born, when I graduated from college with a civil engineering degree. Those were great moments, and there's more. But oddly enough, when asked this question, the first thing that popped into my head was a dreary bus ride from Hackensack, New Jersey, down to Fort Dix. When I was 18 years old, that would be August 5th of 1962. I boarded a bus in Hackensack to go to Fort Dix, New Jersey, to be a new recruit in the Army. Why is it so memorable? A friend of mine, Darwin Hunton, was supposed to join the Army with me. He's the only buddy that was in agreement to do that. He was bigger than me and husky fella and looked like a weightlifter, but that was all natural. He didn't do any of those things. I was 135 pounds soaking wet and didn't look like much, could get blown over by a stiff wind. So Darwin and I were supposed to go in, but when we went for physicals, he had a heart murmur, so he couldn't go. Well, I was in trajectory, so I continued the process, and I went. And so I got on this bus, just an Army bus, nothing special, bare bones kind of government stuff, and I didn't know anybody. So it was dark and dreary outside, a typical New Jersey day where you could get rain. So it was not a pleasant looking day, and getting on that bus, not knowing anybody, was a little intimidating. And to make matters worse, while I was on my way down there, I had a Snickers bar. I'll never forget it. I took a bite of that Snickers bar and my front tooth came out. My front tooth, this one, whoa, I knocked out when I was probably 10 years old. We were doing some kind of activity with girls in the church. I think it was square dancing. Anyway, I was roughhousing, and I was running around and being a silly 10-year-old. And I was moving quickly, turned around, and ran right into a big column that was holding up the building. And this was in the basement. It was a finished basement, so the column was round, as I remember, or cylindrical. Anyway, I'm on the bus. I took a bite of that Snickers bar, and the cap on my tooth came out. And so it was a dreary, miserable day. I was all alone. My buddy wasn't there, and I was facing 3-year sentence to be in the United States Army. And when that tooth came out, I didn't cry, but I sure felt like I was going to. It was just devastating. So when the question was asked about a memorable event, although there are many fun, wonderful events, that's the first one that came to mind, is that dreary bus ride to Fort Dix when my tooth came out. So that's it. That's number 80. I don't know if I'm going to do any more, but that's 80 videos to date. Have a great day.